Hey Slick Review fans, coming at you with another video. In this episode we're checking out two cool Aramid Fiber cases for the iPhone. So everyone, what we're checking out in this episode are two cool cases from a company called Benks. I'd never heard of them till they reached out. They wanted to send over a couple different options. Now they have a ton of different models for all of the latest iPhones. These are for the 15 Pro Max because that's what I have to demo them for you. But of course they have them for the newer iPhones as well. And we have two slightly different variants to check out. So we're going to take them one at a time. This is the one I've been testing for the past couple weeks now. This has been my everyday carry. And this one is really nice. This is more what I think of when I think of like an Aramid fiber case. Now these are both made with Kevlar branded material, which is pretty cool. This one is called the Golden Tide Armor Air. Now Golden Tide refers to the color scheme on this one, but this is the Armor Air, and that is because this is really just a minimalist case. Now again, this is what I think of when I think of like an Aramid fiber case. We've looked at a few of them here on the channel. This one is really thin. Let's get it put on my 15 Pro Max. Nice, simple installation. The other thing that I like about this one is that it is easy to take off. This one has cutouts for your ports, for the buttons, all the way around. Nice little raised ring for your camera array so you can set this down. You're not going to scratch your lenses, but nothing for front drop protection or even setting the phone down. It rests on the screen. There's really nothing on the front, so something to keep in mind there. So that's the Armor Air. I do like this kind of motif that they've got on the back here. It looks really cool. This is MagSafe compatible. I've been using it on a little magnetic mount in my car just fine. And then of course on any like MagSafe charger, like the Oki ones that we looked at recently, anything like that works just fine. So that's the Armor Air. Definitely one to check out if you like the look and feel of Aramid fiber, but you really want something minimalist, or even if you just want a really minimalist case, these Aramid fiber cases are great to go with. It weighs virtually nothing. It adds like no weight or bulk to your phone, but then because it is Aramid fiber, it will stand up to drops a little bit better than some other kind of thin cases. So that is the Golden Tide Armor Air. So now let's take a look at the Aurora Armor Pro. Now, what makes it Pro? Not sure. It seems like we're all just adding Pro to stuff these days, but let's just drop this on my 15 Pro Max. So the biggest difference between the Air and the Pro is that this one is more of a like fully wraparound case. The Air really tries to cut out weight and bulk by giving you cutouts for the buttons and all that stuff. The Pro is more of just a regular case where the buttons are covered inside the case here. Now that does give you a little bit more protection, but that's really the biggest and only difference between the two that I can see. Again, MagSafe compatible. You've got a cutout here on the bottom for your charging port and your speakers. And then, at least on the 15 Pro Max, like I said, you've got your action button and then buttons for volume and everything there. Now, testing those, they feel really nice, actually nicer than some other cases that I've tried. One marker of good quality on a phone case like this for me is how do the buttons feel? Because some more inexpensive ones, they feel really just mushy and sloppy. In this case, they actually feel really nice. These feel like the buttons in the phone. You can't really tell that you're pressing through a case, and I like that. It shows that they put in the time to design it well. And then, of course, we've got the Kevlar weave here on the back. Now, this one is the Aurora, which at least makes sense compared to Golden Tide. Still not sure what that's supposed to look like, but the Aurora, you know, like the Northern Lights, yeah, I guess I can kind of see that. This one's kind of a dark blue with some green, little bit of yellow, like maybe the sun's going down or something like that. Looks pretty cool. Now, on both of these, you can feel the weave of the Kevlar fibers. For some reason, it is more pronounced on the Armor Pro. But anyway, these are two really cool cases. I really like Aramid fiber cases for iPhones. One, just the look and feel of them. Like, I really like kind of this matte finish, especially on the Armor Air, because for some reason the Armor Pro is a little bit slicker, where the Armor Air like it's got more of that kind of matte finish. Like this is everything I expect in an Aramid fiber case, something like we've seen before. Really nice case. This one's a little bit different, and I'm not quite sure why. Like I can feel the weave more, and it's not slippery, but it's more so than this one. So I don't know what the difference is. You do get more of a pronounced ring around the screen. Even with my glass screen protector on there, there's still a lip with the Armor Pro, so I've got no problems putting this face down or anything. Again, same ring around the camera on the back, still MagSafe compatible. So this was just more of a high-end, stylish bumper case, you know, covering your total phone. This one is really thin and light, and I really kind of dig the high tide design. Still not quite sure what it's supposed to look like, but I think it looks cool. And then, like I said, this one is so thin and light, it adds virtually nothing to your phone, just has some protection on the back only. So there's things to think about for each one. They've both got different features. I think it just comes down to what you're looking for. And then, of course, they do have a ton of different other options. These are just the two that they sent over for us to check out. They've got a ton of other options. So what I'll do is down in the description, I'm going to put some Amazon links for some of the different ones that they have, but then I'll also include a link to their just regular website. You could Google them too. It's Benks, B-E-N-K-S, but that link will be down there in the description for you too. So definitely run and check them out down in the description. These run around 50 bucks. That's pretty typical in my experience for an Aramid fiber case like this. If you have any other comments or questions though, please leave them down below. I like to hear from everybody. And if you'd like to get in touch, all my social media links are down in the description as well. And last, before we go, if you enjoy straightforward, to the point content like this where we find great deals online from well-known and upcoming brands, make sure to leave the video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Pretty easy and free ways to help support the channel. That's all I've got for you this time. I'm Zach. This is Slick Reviews, and I'll see you in the next video. This review was completed following several weeks for the product sample provided by the manufacturer. No compensation was provided, and the manufacturer was not allowed editorial input, copy approval, or an early preview. To see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to the channel.